Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a weather impact alert as the remnants of Debbie move into Connecticut tomorrow. The timeline and how much rain will fall ahead.
For the third time in a week, an argument ends in gunfire in Hartford. This time, a teenager inside a dollar store has been shot. We're bringing you all the details we know.
Plus, we have team coverage for you tonight, looking into the reasons your Eversource bill is so high this month. It's not just the heat. Politicians are hot under the collar about who's to blame as well.
Fox 61, Connecticut's news station, starts with a weather impact alert.
We'll get to those top news stories in just a moment, but we begin on the forecast. What's left of Hurricane Debbie, now a tropical depression, is slowly making its way to Connecticut. Good evening. I'm Sarah Sanchez.
And I'm Bridget Bjorlo. Thanks for joining us here at 10. Our team has issued an impact alert tonight over turbulent weather expected to strike tomorrow.
Meteorologist Ryan Breton joining us now with what we can expect over the next 24 hours or so. So Ryan, when do things get started?
Well, Sarah and Bridget, good evening to you. We have some rain out there now, which is well ahead of Debbie. You can see over the last 12 hours, the storm is considerably weaker, but there still is a lot of rain here, and a front from the west will help pick up that rain and send it into southern New England tomorrow. First, though, tonight, it's starting to turn more humid, and tomorrow will be a very humid day out ahead of the tropical system. And we do have some showers, clouds, and patches of fog out there now. We'll go hour by hour, and through the rest of the night, there will be some patches of showers, mist, and drizzle, and that will be the case through tomorrow morning as well. So you may need the wet weather gear first thing in the morning. Most of the day, though, there won't be too much heavy rain. It's really late in the day. I'd say after about 6 o'clock that we'll start to watch this line of downpours and storms to the west, and this will move in tomorrow night. So I think that if you have Friday night plans, a good shot at some heavy rain. There may be some thunder and lightning within this rain too, but it is going to be quick moving. By early Saturday morning, this is pretty much moving out, and that means most of our weekend will be in good shape. We do have a weather impact alert, though, from 6 o'clock tomorrow evening through 6 o'clock Saturday morning for those downpours, storms, and a gusty wind. There may be some isolated severe storms within that line, so you'll need to get away to get alerts tomorrow night. There may be some flash flooding even in spots too where we see repetitive downpours. There is a wind advisory up for the shoreline, may have gusts to 50 miles per hour. That begins at noon tomorrow. So not only will it be very warm and humid with rain, it will be a gusty rain at times too. We'll take a look ahead to the weekend, which looks much better coming up in just a little while. Back to you.
All right, Ryan, talk with you then. Thank you. And new here at 10, a teenager is in the hospital. Police say he was shot inside a Dollar General store. Police say shots rang out around 6 p.m. at that Dollar General on Barber Street here in Hartford. The 16-year-old was reportedly involved in a fight. We're told he is expected to survive his injuries. Police are now investigating, and no word yet on any arrests.
Out of Griswold tonight, Fox 61's learned this hour that the tractor-trailer driver involved in a rollover crash has died. Police say Timothy Murray, of Massachusetts, entered a construction zone on I-395 South. He hit a guardrail, and the truck fell down a hill before landing on its side. Police are looking for any video of the crash. If you witnessed the crash, please give state police a call. A former teacher at Wallingford Public Schools has been charged with sexual assault over an alleged relationship with a student. Police say 52-year-old Renee DeLeon had a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old student in 2008. She was a teacher at James Moran Middle School. We're told police began their investigation in April. DeLeon is no longer employed by the Wallingford school system, and she's expected in court at the end of the month.
Natalie, Fox 61 follow-up on the field hearing held at Connecticut College in New London today, looking into an alleged culture of cover-up within the Coast Guard and the Coast Guard Academy. Multiple witnesses detailed their experiences of sexual assault and harassment. An over 50-page report spearheaded by Senator Richard Blumenthal was released ahead of today's hearing, which laid out sexual assault accusations and cover-ups dating back decades. Fox 61's Kaylee Collins tells us more about what happened at today's hearing.
5 victims came forward to share their emotional testimony with the Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations, recounting not only the assault that they endured, but the relentless push to keep the incidents quiet in the years that followed. Now they're pushing for some accountability with less words and more action as this investigation continues.
While the Coast Guard should be a place to thrive for a lot of females and males, the Coast Guard is a place to survive.
On the heels of a searing new report detailing the mishandling of sexual assault allegations within the Coast Guard comes a field hearing inviting witnesses to share their firsthand experience on how they say the Coast Guard and New London's Coast Guard Academy failed them.
Have you ever had a nightmare where you're in a crowd of people and someone is after you but you can't scream or run? That is what it felt like for me serving in the Coast Guard after my assaults.
Senator Richard Blumenthal chairs the Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations, which is digging into Operation Fouled Anchor, an internal sexual assault investigation conducted by the Coast Guard itself between 1990 and 2006 that was kept hidden.
They're more concerned about the image of the Coast Guard, about getting the budget correct, as opposed to taking care of their members.
Witnesses told the subcommittee that allegations of sexual harassment and assault were handled improperly on countless occasions, with the accused often transferred, offered retirement, or in some cases even moved up the ranks.
Members that assaulted and harassed others and were protected are still in the Coast Guard today.
Senator Blumenthal asked the witnesses, who represent just a fraction of the over 80 whistleblowers that have come forward, what needs to be done to change the culture. They emphasized the need for accountability, pushing for perpetrators to be named, third-party reporting options, and leaders who condone this cover-up culture to be weeded out.
My cries and pleas to be seen and heard did not fall upon deaf ears, but weak leaders.
Though the Coast Guard has cooperated with the investigation and made policy changes when it comes to sexual assault training and reporting, survivors say it doesn't go far enough.
I think my sexual harassment report would have been taken serious today only because I'm under a different command. Words are not enough to fix it. Action actually has to be taken.
The underlying trust issues throughout the service. If we don't address that, all the other policies and changes and all the money we put into these efforts, it's going to be for waste.
Now, Senator Blumenthal vows that the subcommittee's investigation will move forward with a sense of urgency. The record remains open for the next 15 days for witnesses to provide further comment if they so desire, and for committee members to ask some additional questions as well. In studio, Kaylee Collins, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Kaylee, still a lot of questions there. We know you'll stay on the story. And tonight, some Hartford teens are taking action to address their own health care needs by launching a new campaign that's aimed at spreading awareness of sexually transmitted infections known as STIs. The Hartford Health Initiative organized this youth-led campaign, and tonight the teens showcased their work. They learned about graphic design, social media, voice and text to video, and developed app and a website building skills to create and spread the word. The initiative's founder says it's more relatable to teens when they are both the messengers and the target audience.
The youth here today, they will use their voices, right, them being the group that's most impacted, to provide recommendations to our providers, to our elected officials. We will launch the campaign for Teen Talk, a website that was developed by a youth here.
And they added this campaign provides skills these teens need in today's job market and inspires them to think about their future and their community's future as well.